Alright, so welcome to the course and let's just get started. So the first render we're going to be making is going to be this one right here. Just this render. So basically this is a perfume render, and what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be importing a perfume model. We're not going to be modeling the bottle ourselves because I've already made like a lot of tutorials on modeling. So you can go check those out if you want. But yeah, we're just going to be importing a model. We're going to be creating the label ourselves. We're going to be adding it to the perfume bottle, and then we're just going to be building the whole scene out, and finally we are going to be lighting it. And hopefully if we have time, we can also make an animation of this as well, just a simple camera panning animation of this scene, right? So let's just get started. So the first thing we're going to be needing obviously is going to be a perfume model, right? And so for that, what you can do is you can just go to the internet and search for perfume 3D model. The model that I downloaded was from Sketchfab. So if I click this link right here, it's going to take you to this page, and perfume bottle design 3D models. So you can obviously choose any model, but like the one which I used was this one. It's this model right here. It doesn't have a label. That's good because we want to add the label ourselves. And the, what do you call it? The mesh and everything is perfectly fine. We're going to be removing these things right here and the background as well. We're just going to be needing the bottle. But yeah, so this is a perfect model for us, right? So we can just go ahead and download this model. Also, make sure to see how many vertices and triangles it has. The higher the number, the better the quality. However, the problem with that is the higher the number, the more intensive it is going to be on your computer, right? The more time it's going to take to render. So just be sure to keep a balance of that. But 3.3 million should be perfectly fine for us. So you can download the blend format, but you can obviously download any other format if you if you feel like it. I mean, I don't see any reason why you would download any others. But yeah, Blender format just works just fine. You can also import GITF into Blender. That works perfectly fine as well, but Blender is just better. So while this is downloading, actually it's already complete, but let's go ahead and create a new Blender project. So I'm just going to open up Blender, and now we can just go ahead and click general, right? Delete everything and Control S to save it. I'm just going to be calling this perfume underscore course. Yeah, that should be fine. And desktop should be fine for now. We'll see. I'll save it somewhere else later on. But yeah, so right now I think it should be fine. One thing which I'm going to do before doing anything is I'm going to go to the render settings, right? Render engine, I'm going to set this to cycles. And also the device, I'm going to set it to GPU compute. If your GPU compute is grayed out, let me actually show you an example. So you can just go ahead and ignore what I'm doing right now. Just don't look at this. Yeah, okay, so if it's like this, and if you select your GPU computer and just grays out, what you're going to do is, assuming you do have a graphic card in your computer, you can just go to Edit, Preferences, and System, and then just select the cycles render device to CUDA or optics. I personally found that optics works better for me, but you can select CUDA as well if you want, right? And you can actually just try both of them to see the render times. I was trying it out on the classroom render file, classroom, what do you call it, benchmark, but optics was giving me better results, I think by a few seconds or so. So I'm just going to be going with that. Right. Another thing which I want you to do is I want you to go to input and just click this emulate 3 mouse button. This is just a personal preference thing because I like to just hold alt on my keyboard and use my left mouse button to basically orbit around the object. I don't use my middle mouse button because I think that's just a little uncomfortable. So I would recommend you to do that, but obviously it's a personal preference thing. So I can go back to Google Chrome and I can just open the zip file, and let me make sure you guys can see the top of the file because, okay, so the top is kind of cut off, right? So I'm going to make sure to not go to the extreme top, and you can see the taskbar as well. That's perfect. So let me just go to source, and this is the model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be dragging this on my desktop like that. And if I open this model, you can see that everything is basically already set up, but we're not going to be using this, this Blender file. So I'm going to be deleting everything else, right? You don't really need to do this, but I'm just going to do that just so you can copy the bottle easier, right? And we don't really care about any of these things. So what we can do is we can just select the bottle, right? And we can select, basically we can shift select all the bottle objects. I think this is in the bottle as well. Trademark, logo, name, and 100 ml. Oops, my bad. Hold control and select this one. So now we can press G and try to move the bottle, and just to see that everything is selected. You can right click to reset the position, and I think everything is selected. So we can just go ahead and press Control C on our keyboard, Control C, or just simply right click and copy objects, right? Or Control C, and go back to your original project, and press Control V, right? So now we have all the assets for the perfume bottle. Now we can go ahead and quickly render this just to make sure everything is working fine. And yep, it is. So just to make sure that the textures and everything and the normals and everything is fine, what we're going to be doing is that we're just going to go ahead